I'll talk, and then we can listen before, they can get some coffee before we listen.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well,
Closest one to that would be in Indiana, would be Ovation.
well, with that being said, then I guess we can go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for joining Acora and Ideon. We are excited to unveil a series of premieres here in the United States. Now, my name is Isaac Markowitz. I work with Valerio Acora as the Director of Sales and Marketing for Acora Loudspeakers. And obviously the highlight, flagship, the standard bearer of this system, of course, is the new speaker in white quartz. So we have had a lot of success with the Granite. It sounds amazing, it is punchy, it is dynamic, but we need some variety in life, just like we need in music, and the opportunity to provide a variety of different colors that can fit into a variety of decor so that music can be played in more environments was really important. The foundation of this company came from Valerio Acora designing a loudspeaker that he could enjoy in his home that his family loved with him. This is the next step in that journey to provide musical enjoyment for more people. So these quartz materials have been specifically designed for Acora, designed to Valerio Acora's specifications. This allows us to keep many of the resonant, anti-resonant damping properties of granite. It's not quite the same. It weighs a little bit less. It's ever so slightly more warm, maybe slightly more forgiving. You get a little bit more snap, more dynamics, more punch with the granite, but these sound amazing. And I have to tell you, if you don't have them side by side, now that I've had the chance to set these up myself multiple times, I can't tell you the difference without looking at them. So there's really something special about these. Now, we have not compromised anything in the design. So the world-class bespoke drivers are still in here the way that we have in the signature Granite models. We still use the same radical ideas in terms of designing crossovers designed to last for a lifetime. Something we don't always think about when we buy beautiful loudspeakers, how are these going to change over time? We fall in love with them as they are in the moment. We spend time with them, they change, and they evolve. Now, many of us who will spend $20, $30, $50, $100, $200,000 on loudspeakers, we want the privilege to enjoy these things for a long period of time. Perhaps something that has the possibility of being a legacy product, something that you can provide to somebody that you love so they will remember those experiences. These materials are designed to stand the test of time. These materials don't care about UV, they don't care about temperature, they don't care about humidity. So if you're like me and you live in Denver and you have a diurnal shift of 40 degrees, this is never going to change. If you live on the Gulf Coast, if you live in the Northeast, if you live in the Pacific Northwest, these are products that are designed to stand the test of time. Even the crossover itself has very innovative technologies designed to make sure that we don't have any consumables right in the path of the signal. So no resistors, no electrolytic caps, using very, very expensive technology deployed in unique ways in order to make sure that the crossover doesn't even change characteristic over the lifetime of the product. So this really becomes something that you get to take home to your family. You get to integrate into a lifestyle. You spend a lifetime with your kids listening to music, and perhaps one day they will spend a lifetime listening to music with their kids as well. And with that, I would like to introduce George from Ideon, who can talk a little bit about some of the components that we have here. That is the debut here in the United States.
Does anybody wants to grab coffee before? The coffee is all here now, so if anybody wants to go get some, there's individual cups for everybody. No one. Okay.
Go ahead. Okay, good morning. Glad to be here with you today. I'm here with Vasilis, our chief designer, so we can discuss later any deep technical details if you want. Today we have here the Ion DAC, and this has taken its name from the first Greek that appeared thousands of years ago in our territory, actually. It's our new design which comes to bridge the gap between the entry level and the flagship absolute DAC that we have. I have to say that all of our designs are proprietary in-house, and they share the same philosophy, same topology, and in most cases the same high-grade audio components, which are very thoroughly selected. So we find in this DAC all the good capacitors, the very expensive clocks that we use in the Absolute series, same good regulators and all the goodies that we have in our flagship series. This has also an optional preamplifier, some characteristics that we have also designed in-house. For example, the digitally controlled analog potentiometer. No capacitors in the signal path, of course, for all of our designs.
Yeah, so this is, for the flagship is just a DAC alone, and you can't use it as a preamp. But the preamp that can be optional built into here is a high quality analog preamp. So you can have it with or without, and even if you buy it with, you can run it as a DAC alone like we're doing here. So there's two different outs, so we're not even going through any of the preamp here. We're going through the Hegel preamp.
So Michael, is the preamp a buffer gain stage or is it passive? The preamp section.
And then if it's a buffer stage or it's passive.
It's buffer stage.
Good, thank you.
It's active.
Thank you.
And here you see two new devices. This is the EOS series. For quite some time now we designed a trio, a suite like the Absolute suite we have, but for people that cannot afford the flagship products. And this now is presented actually for the very first time in the world.
Yeah.
And it's we have here only the streamer and the reclocker. The DAC is not ready yet, but this series will have three devices: DAC, reclocker, and streamer, and they also share exactly the same topology that we use in our expensive models. And you will be able to listen to them today.
Yeah, and even if, so we have the entry-level series with the Ayazi and the Master Time, which is right under 4K. This streamer is 9 and the reclocker is 6. So even though they are all below 10K, they're all still using very good components. Like it's very high quality capacitors. All the transformers are still bespoke made, and everything runs like more than 300% the needed current to have clean power. And all the linear powers, everything is linear power supplies. There's several inside the Ion DAC. So all these three these two are world premiere. This is a North American premiere. And unless someone has questions, but you can ask us later.
I would
We
like
should
to
play
add one more
some
thing
music.
about the streamers. We designed the streamers having in mind to design high-end audio device and not a computer which plays good digital music. That's a big difference in our design philosophy. So we provide to every little stage in the circuit specific current coming from clean linear power supplies. This is true also for this model. And we use the same CPU for all models, same kind of capacitors, same transformers. The difference in the capacity of the power supply and some other things. So everything that we do is a scale down of the big models. So the sound identity is almost the same.
Michael,
Yeah.
what was the price on the Ion?
So it's 17.9 just for the DAC, and it's 22K with the built-in preamp.
22
22,000.
something?
22.
22, okay.
And 17.9 without it. And the streamer is 9 and the reclocker is 6. The DAC that's gonna come out is gonna be around 8. And I know Alan probably, but we can take that later, you might have some questions about reclocking, but George can explain that now or later. But why don't we play some music?
Yep.
And you guys can listen.